Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the lesser-known but highly strategic covert operations of the Cold War, the assistance in the overthrow of Oman's ruler in 1970. This operation, carried out with British intelligence and military backing, led to the ousting of Sultan Said bin Taimur in favor of his son, Sultan Qaboos. While publicly framed as a necessary modernization effort, this dirty operation was driven by geopolitical interests, oil, and the need to counter Soviet influence in the Gulf. Let's break down the secretive details behind this regime change, the tactics used, and the long-term consequences for Oman and the region. The background. In the late 1960s, Oman was one of the most isolated and underdeveloped nations in the world. Sultan Said bin Taimur ruled with an iron grip, limiting education, infrastructure, and even basic freedoms. However, his resistance to modernization and reliance on outdated policies wasn't just a domestic issue. It was seen as a potential destabilizing factor for Western interests in the Gulf. With the Dhofar Rebellion gaining momentum in southern Oman, supported by Marxist groups and neighboring South Yemen, backed by the Soviets, British intelligence grew concerned that the rebellion could escalate into a proxy war. Western powers, reliant on Oman's oil reserves and strategic location near the Strait of Hormuz, viewed Said bin Taimur as incapable of containing the insurgency. This set the stage for intervention. The dirty tactics of the overthrow. Internal coup planning. British operatives and military advisors began cultivating relationships with Sultan Said's son, Qaboos bin Said. Qaboos, educated in the UK, was seen as more aligned with Western interests and willing to implement reforms. The British slowly prepared him to take power. Military and intelligence involvement. In July 1970, British forces assisted in executing a palace coup. Sultan Said bin Taimur was forcibly deposed and exiled to London. The operation was swift, ensuring minimal resistance, and Sultan Qaboos was immediately installed as Oman's new ruler. Suppressing the Dhofar Rebellion. Following the coup, British military personnel, supported by Iran and Jordan, helped Sultan Qaboos launch a counterinsurgency campaign against the Dhofar rebels. The use of psychological warfare, airstrikes, and intelligence operations helped dismantle the rebellion by the late 1970s. The dirty side of the operation. While the coup was framed as a peaceful transfer of power for the sake of modernization, the operation exemplified classic Cold War regime change tactics driven by oil interests and fears of Soviet expansion. Sultan Qaboos was chosen not by the people, but by Western intelligence agencies seeking to secure Oman's resources and strategic value in the region. Furthermore, the suppression of the Dhofar Rebellion came at a high human cost, with villages bombed and rebel forces subjected to brutal crackdowns. The British-backed operation relied on carpet bombing and scorched earth policies, effectively crushing dissent but leaving lasting scars. The aftermath and legacy. Following the coup, Oman rapidly modernized under Sultan Qaboos, transforming into a stable and wealthy nation. However, the methods used to achieve this stability have left a legacy of authoritarian rule. Qaboos reigned for 50 years, maintaining tight control over political opposition and dissent. The operation also cemented Oman's alliance with the West, ensuring access to oil and influence over critical shipping lanes. However, the coup serves as a reminder of how external intervention can shape the fate of nations, often at the expense of sovereignty and local agency. The overthrow in Oman was a textbook example of Cold War power plays, where modernization and development masked the dirty reality of foreign-backed regime change. While Sultan Qaboos brought progress to Oman, the intervention highlighted how global superpowers manipulated local politics for strategic gain. If you found this deep dive into Oman's covert coup insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Let us know in the comments what you think about this operation, and if there are other hidden historical events you'd like us to uncover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.